Hello, this is Chuck McBee, and I'm going to do another little video on my testing of a series of pellet guns. In this case, I'm looking at the Benjamin multi-pump series, one of which a 392 that I recently purchased, compared against a 342 and my old Benjamin 312. I did this because previously I had ordered and tested a Benjamin Trail NP. Had an old Crosman brake barrel gun, and it kind of pooped out, so I tried the Trail NP. I was extremely disappointed with the results that I got from that gun. There's another video that I've done that gives more detail about it, but here you can see the kind of patterns I got from the Trail NP. One thing I did include, a couple things. One, the scatter was unbelievable. This is after about 300 shots of break-in, and this one probably 600, or vice versa. The patterns are they're grouping, but they're really broad, not any good for targets. All the distances were shot at 44 feet using the Crosman hollow point Premier pellet. The interesting part of this whole deal, and why it went back to Amazon, was my old Benjamin 312 can put pellets in a much tighter group consistently than those brake guns were ever able to do, that brake gun. So one thing, folks, it's not the scopes necessarily. If you don't have a decent rifle that's accurate, it doesn't matter how many different scopes you try and how many games you play with different pellets. The key thing is the gun has to shoot straight. Now here are the results from this test. First, my old Benjamin 312. The sucker's about 60 years old, manufactured in 1957, and I've had it since 67. It's a fine little gun. It's always shot well. I have the Leapers scope on it, excellent scope for an air gun. Here's the kind of pattern grouping I got from the Benjamin and shooting it and getting this little test done. The pattern, as you see, is fairly tight. The gun's very old and it doesn't hold its pressure very well. And you can see that in this line of pellets, just a straight line. That line follows the vertical crosshair or reticle very well. These I threw off to the side over here. I don't know exactly why, but that gun, this old gun would lay one pellet on top of another. Again, 44 feet, 45 feet, 15 yards. This is the Benjamin 342. I recently acquired this gun like 2 weeks ago. I managed to have the winning bid on gunbroker.com. Paid a fortune for it, but actually I'm glad I did. This thing had not been shot in years. Actually, it's virtually brand new. I don't know if it had ever been shot. It was still in its box. This is a pattern of pellets that I got after I used about 10 to get myself on the paper. You can see that this is a nice grouping. I've since tightened it up even more. Got the crosshairs laying right on the dot, and 10 pellets would clean out that black dot. Again, using the Premier hollow points. Well, here's the big disappointment, folks. This is what your Benjamin 392 will do for you. This is after about 100 rounds of the Premier pellets. I used the same scope, the Leapers. It was mounted nicely on the thing. I had it good and solid, and this is the best I could get. The trigger pull is fairly smooth, a little hard, but in no way as bad as the spring gun's triggers. I'd really hoped it would do better than this. It did not. You can notice the pattern sort of circles the aim point. When I was making these shots, I could actually see the pellet spiraling as it left the barrel and would go to different parts in this gun on the target paper. I'm no gunsmith, but I'll bet you anything it's got very poor or no rifling. In any case, a pretty gun, but it doesn't shoot worth a darn. As you all may know, the Crosman, the Benjamin 392 is a gun made by Crosman, and so I'm not surprised by the quality. The old Benjamin series, the 342s and the 312s, if you can find one of those guns will shoot straight all day long. Anyway, the baby's going into the box and going back, and I'll bet you anything that they repackage it and send it out to some other poor sap who will get it, and he may or may not know how to shoot it, but he's going to get a gun that will not hold a pattern. I'm just amazed at how many positive 4 stars I'm seeing and 5 stars I'm seeing for these guns. Either I'm the unluckiest dude on the planet, or the quality of these guns is just not up to where it ought to be. All the shooting was done using this this rifle brace here. It had a pretty stable platform, and again using the Leaper scope. Well, I hope this has been useful to you. It's probably going to be the last one, because this old 342 is going to be the gun that's going to nail the squirrels. Have a great day.